Grow what you eat. I'm Naima Latif, and this is today's 10-minute tip at 10 for how to grow your own food. Now, last time we talked about making dandelion tea from those dandelions growing in your yard. Well, here we have the dandelion leaves boiling in a pot, and they have been allowed to steep and get a bit of that dandelion flavor that we're going to add to a cup. Now, you may choose to sweeten it with some kind of natural sweetener, and you may choose to drink it as is. Dandelion tea can be a bit bitter, but one of the things that we urge you to do is to not use any kind of sweetener that diminishes the health qualities. Something like white sugar that would certainly not be the healthiest sweetener to add. But this is pure dandelion tea. And as we've talked about, there are so many benefits that the dandelion plant has. So now that we've shown you how to make dandelion tea, and we've got a nice piping hot cup, and it really actually tastes good. We use no sweetener in it, just the taste of dandelions. And there are so many benefits for this wild plant that grows so plentifully across the city of Chicago and so many other places in North America. We want you to see it differently, but not just the tea. There are other uses that you can make from dandelions, and we're going to share a few with you just to get an idea of what you can do with this very versatile plant. Now, let's just take a look at some of the things. All you have to do if you want to find out how to do something, just type in your description. So, this is recipes using dandelions. And as it says, just ask Google and you'll find out. It says dandelions are fully edible, offering a bitter, nutrient dense green and sweet honey like flowers for various dishes. Key recipes include sauteed dandelion greens with garlic, dandelion flower fritters, flower jelly, pesto, wine for you wine drinkers, and roasted root coffee. Mm. Young leaves are best for salads, while mature leaves benefit from boiling to reduce bitterness. Now we're going to take some of the dandelion leaves that we're going to pull out of the yard and add them to our salad also. Well, you can also take a look at these dandelion green recipes. For sauteed dandelion greens, just boil the leaves 5 to 10 minutes to reduce bitterness. Then, pardon me, saute with olive oil, garlic, and red pepper flakes. Mm. And that is sauteed dandelion greens. You can also have dandelion pesto. Substitute dandelion greens for basil in a food processor with garlic, pumpkin seeds, olive oil, and parmesan. Wow. Now, another one, salad. Mix young tender dandelion leaves with other greens, bacon, if you're into bacon, and vinaigrette to balance the bitter flavor. Now we've made a salad and we fried up some for those who are not into bacon, you can always use substitutes. So we used a substitute that is non-meat, but you can always go according to your own taste. And so this is important for those who are looking at ways to benefit from what is growing freely right in your own yard. You've got recipes that can help you maximize the use of something that you have been ignoring as a pesky weed. But let's take a look at a few more. You've got shortbread cookies. Incorporate petals into cookie dough for a subtle floral flavor. Dandelion syrup. Simmer flowers with water and lemon, then combine with sugar to create a syrup for pancakes. Dandelion jelly. Create a honey-like jelly by simmering flowers to create a tea, then combining with sugar and pectin. And then dandelion fritters, where you dip fresh flower heads in a batter, egg, flour mix, milk, and fry until golden brown. So these are just a few recipes right here that you can use. You can make dandelion coffee, dig up the roots, wash thoroughly, roast in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 200 degrees centigrade, until dark brown, then ground for a caffeine-free coffee substitute. So if you want to reduce the bitterness, you want to harvest leaves in early spring before the plant flowers, or blanch them in boiling water for a few minutes before sauteing. For cleaning, thoroughly wash greens and flowers to remove dirt and insects. And then harvesting, ensure dandelions are picked from areas free of pesticides and herbicides. So this is a critical thing when it comes to making sure that your dandelions have not been contaminated by pesticides. That's why you can't just pick them on the side of the road or someplace. There needs to be a location, perhaps in your own yard, where you know there have been no spraying of pesticides. This tea really is good. And the dandelion leaves are fresh spring leaves. So we encourage you to make best use of the dandelions that are probably growing right now, because we've had a nice fresh spring rain. So we're going to go outside and gather some leaves and prepare them for some of these dishes that we've talked about. And you'd be surprised what happens when you make things fresh out of plants growing out of the ground. So we're going to take a look at some of the new growth of dandelion leaves and make some more of this delicious fresh dandelion tea.
So after the rain, there were a lot more dandelions growing, which gives us an opportunity to pick some more and take advantage of some of those dandelion recipes that we saw. And because they grow so plentifully, we can use so many and make quite a few dishes. We can add some to our salads. We can make all kinds of things with these plants that grow and have a very positive health benefit to us. So let's take some of these inside, wash them off, and then prepare some dandelion dishes.
You want to rinse them thoroughly because they do, of course, have soil on the ground. And even though everything comes out of the soil, we don't want soil remnants on our food. So we're going to rinse these thoroughly, drain the water, and then we'll start to prepare them. So next time, we'll take you through the process of preparing some of those delicious dandelion dishes from the dandelions growing right in your yard. I'm Naima Latif. Grow